Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Karen Marie and today I thought I would show you what I got made up in June. And I also have a few fabrics to show you. So I'm going to do the makes first and then the new fabrics, and I will try my best to remember to put timestamps in so that you can jump back and forth to whatever you're interested in. So yeah, it's Friday today. I have just picked up a new set of microphones that I'm testing for the first time. So do please give me feedback whether you think it improves the sound at all. And, you know, be kind because this is the first time that I'm using them. You will be able to hear some background noise today, I'm afraid, because I have to keep the door to the veranda open. And people are, you know, chopping wood and mowing the lawns and everything outside because it is a beautiful day. It is too warm to have that door closed, I'm afraid. So yeah, that's going to have to stay open. Otherwise, I will melt before I'm done. It is a very, very warm day for Norway. It is 27 degrees in the shade here at the moment. And yeah, I'm not built for that. I don't know how you people do it in the south of Europe and you know, California and Australia and other warm places. I have no idea how you survive because yeah, it's really, really warm. However, I'm not going to complain about that because our winters are long and days like these, I just hide them in my heart and savor them in the winter, like thinking back to the beautiful summer's day. So it's Friday and I've been working from home today. I got an article all finished up, ready for proofreading. That's sent off. I've been down to buy some strawberries for after dinner today. And yeah, so I am now finished with work for today. And I just wanted to quickly come on here and show you some of the things that I made in June. Most of them were fairly like simple makes that didn't take too much time because June was a very, very busy time for me. One of the makes I only have a picture of because it was a gift for So Fruity. So yeah, I've given that away to my niece, but I'm going to get to that later. So all in all, I'm going to show you here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 makes and then put in the picture of the 6th one. I won't go into too much detail on each one, but if you want some more information or a pattern review or something like that on, you know, any of these, please do feel free to leave me a comment and I'll answer. So before I show you what I made in June, I'm just going to tell you what I'm wearing. And it is a sagebrush top by Friday Pattern Company. This one is made in an eyelet fabric that I cannot remember where I bought it, but I do think it was Beyond the Pink Door. I think so. I can't remember now, but I think it was. So yeah, I'm also wearing a pair of me-made denim shorts. But you've seen those before, so yeah. Okay, let's dive in. The first make that I want to show you is probably my favorite June make. And I have worn this so much already that it has been washed a couple of times, even though I made it up like right before I went off to holiday in Denmark. And it is this Friday Pattern Company Donny shirt in a viscose linen that I got from Fabric Godmother. And I have put a little naughty label in there, but I'm not going to read it out loud. But yeah, I really love this. It's creased now because I only washed it today and it's been hanging to air dry on my veranda, so it smells divine. Oh, I love drying clothes outside. But this one is really, really, I think, my favorite. One of my favorite makes ever, if I'm honest. So I've made several Donny shirts before. I usually make the size XL. That usually fits me quite well. I fall into that size category on like all my measurements. However, I really wanted this to be a bit more like oversized because I wanted it to be really casual and to have a little more circulation for those really warm days. So even though this is still the XL, I did sort of size up because I took a deeper seam allowance. I know that's not the way to do it, but I really had not time to print and do all of that faff with a new size. So it's just a little roomier all over, and I lengthened the sleeves because I really felt like I wanted the sleeves to more or less hit my elbow. If I continue with the other tops, I also made another entry for So Fruity. I entered that for So Fruity. And this is the Wardrobe by Me Whisper blouse, and I made it in this white double gauze also from Fabric Godmother. The first time I ever ordered from them. Yeah, I can't really remember which size I made now. I think the 16, but I can't really remember now. I've worn it so much I actually had to pull this out of of the washing, so this is going straight back down to have a little wash. I've worn it a lot. It's really breezy and it feels very cool even when it's warm outside, but it's still, you know, more than just an average t-shirt. It feels a little more elevated. There are different sleeve options. I went for the 3/4 length or the sort of just below the elbow length sleeve without the tab because I'm not going to be bothered to roll it up anyway. So yeah, really, really happy with this. It is a quick sew. I'm not entirely certain why there's a center back seam because it doesn't really curve that much anyway. But I suppose it is meant so that you can adjust it for the back, and I do appreciate that. So yeah, I managed to sew this up really quickly for straight before our holiday in Denmark, and I entered it to So Fruity. Fabric Godmother still has some of this white double gauze, I think, and yeah, I kind of regret not getting more of this too, just because I love it so much. Really happy with those two. Those are my favorite ones, and particularly the blue one. Next up, I have made another Tilly and the Buttons Tabitha t-shirt, and I made it in this color. It is more purple than it comes up on the screen, and I'll try to take a picture of it or something because you can't really see the real color of it, but it is gorgeous. And this is a cotton jersey that I got from a local fabric store, sort of local, an hour away. That's called Stitch. And I can't remember now if it's Meat Milk or Mind the Maker, but it's one or the other. It's really high quality cotton jersey, and yeah, it's comfortable. It's a t-shirt, so it's not really, you know, anything magic. I made the size 7. I put in a little label. It says handmade, that I got from Stofflykke the last time I ordered from them. They kindly let me have a little packet of their handmade labels. Okay, so for the final top, am I going too quickly or is this okay, like a pace? Let me know. So I have another top here, and I can see that I still have some loose threads. I should have checked before I showed them to you. So this top is a pattern that I've never done before, and it is it Paper Theory? I want to say Paper Theory LB pullover. But I've read somewhere that you could actually make that in a woven as well as you know, a knit. And I have this Indian block print that I got from Rainbow Fabrics in one of their block cotton sales. And I really wanted to try another pattern, like a new to me pattern. And I really wanted to sew up the LB pullover in a woven. So that's what I did. And yeah, I can't remember now which size. I'm sorry, I'm really bad at this. But I sort of made this up as a toile more or less because I wanted to test the pattern. I could get it over my head, no problem, but I didn't really like the way it sat on my neck with like in the original pattern. So what I did, instead of like wasting it, I just made a little sort of facing. So I took like a rectangle and then placed it right sides together and then just sewed like a V, cut down, put it into the back side and stitched the facing down. So I created sort of this little opening in the front. And total surprise, I really, really like it. And I love wearing Indian block prints. They're so cool, so breezy, and it's really, really funky fabric for my taste, I have to say. I wouldn't normally go for something like this, but I kept eyeing this fabric and thinking, you know, in the end, oh, let's just go for it. So yeah, I really, really like it. It's quite, you know, it's a very straightforward sew, I would say. But there are no like bust darts or anything, so I don't think it would work in a woven if you have a larger bust, for instance. I think you would have to sort of add bust darts to make this work. I'm not particularly well endowed in that area, so for me, it's okay. Okay, so for the final make of June, I made the puff and pencil peachy pants. Puff and pencil peachy pants is sort of an alliteration game there. So if you've seen any of my recent videos, you will know that I purchased this pattern maybe a couple of months ago now. And yeah, I really like the look of them. I'm always kind of looking for the perfect trouser pattern and I have several good ones, but I'm always interested in trouser patterns. I wear a lot of separates, so I need like good trousers that really fit me. So in another video that I made, I was kind of having an off day and I needed to cheer myself, so I decided to try out a new pattern and I cut out the size I thought would fit me and sewed those up. Those ended up being too small. They do fit my daughter and she has worn those a lot. So yeah, they didn't go to waste, but they didn't fit me. The instructions were fabulous and I really do like Puff and Pencil as a company. But the only thing I will say is that it was quite difficult to find the right size for these trousers because they sort of band 2 and 2 sizes together. So you sort of have the 12 to 14 in like one, and then you have 16 to 18 in one, etc. So, and that obviously leads to quite a span in body measurement. So it's quite difficult to know exactly kind of what to go for. I do blame myself for not checking out the finished garment measurements. I need to work on that because I do that. I make that error over and over, if that makes sense. So I do take some of the blame for that myself, but I do think that it would be easier to choose the size if they didn't band sizes together. So, you know, but I then sized up one size, reprinted the pattern and stuck every page together again and so on. And I was able to make these up for myself. And these are made in a wool wool suiting that I got at the Stitch Festival. I think from David Wells, is that right? I think so. And I put in this little label from Intensely Distracted. For the Star Wars fans, you will know that this is a lightsaber. And on the other side, it says, an elegant weapon for a more civilized age on the back there. I really do love all of these nerdy labels. So I'm going to buy more from her eventually. So yeah, I have now discovered continuous zips, and I do understand why people rave about them. So I used a continuous zip to put in the zip in this. I really like these trousers. They fit really well on the back, and that is unusual for me because I have a sway back, and I didn't make a sway back adjustment at all on these, and they fit really well. So there are like darts in the back, straight above the pockets there, you can see that. And yeah, I mean, the waistband went in very nicely, the zip went in, it's all good. The construction is all good. The thing about these are that they are a little too big. I know it's really difficult to see in the video that I'll put in. I filmed that when I was in Denmark on like the 1 week me made kind of thing. And you can't see it, but I really do have to wear this with a belt to keep them from sagging. But yeah, I mean, I really do love this style. I just think that I need to find somewhere between these two sizes that I'm now. I kind of either have to grade or find somewhere in the middle to make these absolutely spot on. But I will wear these, but not when it's 27 degrees outside because they are wool. But I really do like them. And I must say, am I allowed to brag? I must say that I've never done a pair of trousers where I have managed to pattern match as well as I did with these. So there is a check, as you can see. Come on. That wasn't too bad, was it? Okay, so the final make that I managed to make up in June was for my niece. She turned 3 in June. She did get a toy and everything too, so it wasn't just a t-shirt and a pair of knickers, but I did have just a little bit left of a cotton jersey with fruits on from Selfmade. And I really wanted to make something with it for So Fruity, so I sewed up a new t-shirt and a pair of knickers for her 3rd birthday, and she was delighted with them. So I'll just put in a picture so you can see for yourself. Okay, so that was all I had time to make up in June, and I thought that you might want to see the rest of the fabrics that I got. So if you saw my video from Denmark, you will know that I went into Selfmade in Aalborg, and I did quite a hefty fabric haul then. But then the last day that we were in Denmark, the last full day that we were there, the weather was not good. It was windy and very rainy, so we decided to go back into the city. And then I had sort of watched some of the footage that I had taken the first time I was there, and then had like sort of buyer's remorse in reverse, if that makes sense. I was, you know, I wanted to get some more fabrics. So I went back into Selfmade to pick up a few bits and pieces more, and I'll start by showing you them. So in the video that I filmed on the first day, I had filmed this stretch corduroy. I don't really go for corduroy. I don't like the nap, and I don't really often wear corduroy trousers because I don't like the sound it makes when you walk. I don't. But I just had to have this. And this is a very feminine corduroy. It's a baby cord. It's really, really soft on the back. Not really like any corduroy I've ever had, to be fair. And it is this really beautiful, like old rose pink color with little flowers on. And I got 2 meters of this. It is 98% cotton and 2% elastane, so it has a fair bit of stretch in it. I haven't really made up my mind, like you can see that, whether or not I'm actually going to make trousers in this, or whether I will maybe make a jacket, something like the Ilford jacket, but maybe the cropped version. With like extra cropped with an elastic in the back, so that it kind of looks like a bomber. Wouldn't that be kind of cute? I'm thinking about that. If you have ideas for any of these, please do leave me a comment, because yeah, I'm really excited to sew with these fabrics. This one is not particularly interesting, but I got a black viscose. I have a black viscose Davenport dress that I have worn so much that it started to fray actually inside. I don't know how many times I've washed that dress, but it sort of goes for everything, you know. So even though black's not on my color chart, I think I can get away with it, sort of. But yeah, I got 3 meters, I think 4 meters out of this black viscose. And this is designed for a collaboration that's coming up later this summer. I'm not going to go into it now because that will be too long of a video, but I do have plans for this one. I don't really have that much viscose, and viscose is such a practical thing. While I was in Denmark, the Friday Pattern Company, which is one of my favorite pattern companies, they released the Wren dress. And it's such a beautiful pattern that I just hopped straight on and bought that. And this viscose is meant for the Wren dress, or I bought it to use for the Wren dress. Let's see if I can find the right side up. Okay, oh, here we are. So it is this really soft baby pastel-y blue, and it has these like really lovely, maybe it's not exactly sage, but maybe more like mint green birds on it. Is it? It can't be cranes. Let's see if it says. So I finally found the little sticker inside, and yes, it is a woven viscose mint with cranes on them, and this is 100% viscose, and I got 4 meters. I'm not quite sure how much fabric that dress takes, but yeah, I didn't want to to miss an opportunity to sew a Wren dress out of this. 3 more fabrics, and they're all from Fabric Godmother. So these arrived yesterday. And you know when you open a packet of fabrics and you just squeal when you open it? That was what I did yesterday. So I got 3 fabrics. The first one was a bit of a miss, and that is this one. I bought 2 meters, I think. Yes. 2 meters of this. It's called the Thandi herringbone striped cotton, and it is a really beautiful fabric. I have to say, it is beautiful. It has these kind of irregular sort of stripes going through with some like dark red and some orangey color there, and then it has like these narrow stripes there. And I bought this fabric to make another pair of Sid Graham lane pants. I'm still fiddling with the fit of those trousers, but I really want to get to the point where I have a perfect pair of lane pants. And I bought these to make lane pants. However, I had not reckoned with the fact that it would be such a heavyweight fabric, so it's much thicker than I expected. I expected it to be more of a sort of light linen-y cotton feel. It is much heavier than that. So I am going to have a think about this, but I am actually thinking that I might just make it into a really cool tablecloth. As you probably know, I like Scandi Christmas is not very, it's not very over the top. We sort of keep to the natural colors and the grays and the ecrues and the sort of natural colors inside even at Christmas. And I thought like with the big like tablecloth for this, it would match my my china very well. So I am actually thinking that it could work as a tablecloth. Otherwise, I will have to think about what to make with it. It could also be like a really cool jacket of some sort. So like an unlined jacket. So I'm not quite sure yet. But I'm not sad that I got it. It was just, I just have to rethink it a little bit. And then for the two fabrics that made me squeal because they're so perfect. And that is this strawberry denim that's just everywhere at the moment. I see so many people make cool things out of this denim. I wouldn't normally buy many fabrics like this, so I've really challenged myself this spring and summer. But I actually think that I'm going to make trousers out of this and just, say to hell with it and have white trousers with strawberries on. So unlike me, but I really want to to have a go at it. So if not, I could make a pair of shorts and then maybe a waistcoat, something like that. For like a co-ord set maybe. I don't really know yet, but I just had to have this. So as you can see, these would also kind of work together, my blue Donny with that. But yeah, I really love this one, and I just had to have a couple of meters of that. And then the final one is totally Tamlin's fault for Tamlin Sewn on the Tyne, because she made the new, is it Helen's Closet, the falconer pants, I think, in this fabric. And I just, I wouldn't normally wear trousers with patterns on them, and certainly not like berries and flowers and all of that. But I just saw her trousers and I thought, oh, I need some of that. And this is also denim, and it has these like summery flowers on. And the thing that I really love about this is that it has daisies on, and daisies was one of my mum's favorites, like wildflowers. So it's going to be so fun to wear it, and every time I wear it I will think about, I know. So these are definitely destined for a pair of jeans. Not quite sure which yet, but this is 100% cotton, so it's going to have to be something that doesn't require a stretch. Maybe another pair of Megan Nielsen Dawn jeans. I haven't made those in quite a while. So I'm thinking something like a straight leg with this, because I think it's going to be a little too much if I make a wide leg pair of trousers in this. I don't know if I can do that with 2 meters anyway. So, but I know that I can get a pair of Dawn jeans out of 2 meters if I make the sort of straight leg version. So that is an option. So I have one more fabric from Selfmade, round 2. And I don't have that fabric with me. It's in my sewing room because I have cut out the Friday Pattern Company flannel pants in that fabric. And that is a cotton twill with camouflage, like combat pattern on them in a blue. Also way out of my comfort zone. Hello 90s. Like, I think I had a pair of combat trousers in the 90s, like when I went to like junior high school or something. But yeah, I don't know what came over me when I was in there, but I thought the style would kind of fit. The style of the flannel pants would really fit that patterned twill. So yeah, those are in progress. They will be revealed on July 15th as a part of the collaboration with the lovely Rebecca from Sewing and Imperfect Life. So I need to get on with it this weekend. It's going to start raining on Sunday afternoon, I think. So that will be a job for Sunday afternoon. So I have been going on for quite some time now, and I'm going to do some hard editing, all of this footage. But I just want to say that, you know, thank you so much for watching my videos, for coming back to my channel. It really means a lot to me. An extra shout out to the lovely Barbara who gave me a coffee a few weeks ago, and yeah, thank you so much. That means a lot to me, and I hope that you have some lovely plans for this weekend. I am taking my youngest daughter for a little mum-daughter day tomorrow. We are going on a little boat cruise on the lake where I live. And yeah, I live quite close to the larger lake in Norway, actually. And on that lake there is a boat, a really old steamer. It is actually the world's oldest steamer that's still in like operational that way. And it's really good fun, and we are going to have a lovely day out. I'm going to pack some snacks with us, and yeah, we're going to enjoy ourselves a lot. So that is really my weekend plans. So now I'm really curious to hear what you think about my fabrics and what you think of my makes. Have you made any of these patterns yourself? Are you planning on making any of these? I would love to hear from you. So, and do please give me a feedback on the microphone, how you like the sound of this video. So I'll be back soon with another video, and take care. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.